Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Yes, it is as true as it sounds. My guest today is Mr. Ravi, who visited Vietnam in 1990 and he stayed here. What was the hook that caught his attention? We will listen the story from him. He is a great storyteller. Good evening, Mr. Ravi.
Good
How are you
evening,
doing?
Lina. Very well, thank you.
Yes, I already mentioned my guest today is Mr. Ravi. Yes, you heard it right. 33 years back, he visited Vietnam and he stayed here. What's the hook? Let's get the more information from him. So, you visited Vietnam 33 years back. What attracted you to visit Vietnam more than 2 decades ago?
It is not so much of attraction. I came to work for an Indian company, but again, that is an interesting story. In 1990, I came on a business visit to Vietnam from the company that I was working in Mumbai. At the end of the trip, after 3 weeks of my Vietnam trip, a company told me, we are opening an office in Singapore. You fly to Singapore.
Yes.
I went to Singapore and set up an office, and we started doing trade between Vietnam and other countries using the Singapore office.
Okay.
But then 8 months down the line, company asked me whether you want to continue in Singapore or you want to go to Hanoi.
Vietnam.
So I jumped to Hanoi. So in a way, I decided that I want to go to Hanoi rather than staying in Singapore.
Yes. So I think I am here for 7 years, but I feel the people who came like long ago, long back. So something was there. I don't know what's that, but something was there. Definitely something happened, and something attracted you for staying here long time. But sometimes I feel that we always try to get the comfort whenever I go. But if you feel it's not convenient, the country, maybe something, still you are living there. So it's good. It's a good thing for you. Like you are managing the situation. Maybe you are confronting many challenges in front of you. What I feel from myself, because first time when I visited Vietnam, I felt some problems. I am not mentioning here, but yes, some challenges were there. But later on, I started to love the country. Then I embraced the people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I like the diverse culture and the thing, the combination of both the old and the new.
Exactly.
So,
And
like
not losing the touch of the old also.
Yes, yes.
Vietnamese definitely. They are not okay. Vietnam has become very modern. At
Yes.
the same time, they stick to family values and respecting elders.
Each others.
And also, even though even in Vietnam, it has become a nuclear families, but Vietnamese generally meet every week in their parents' house, even if the children are living
true.
separately. So lots of other things also.
Yes.
Vietnamese, not forgotten the past.
They always are thinking about their past and they respect the elders. I have seen every week you got it right. First time I was also surprised. Every week they are visiting their parent. It's a
Absolutely.
kind of
Yeah.
connection, right? We have the connection in our Indian culture, but still we are forgetting. In some
Exactly.
way,
Yeah.
if you visit India, still you will feel that subtle difference is there if you compare the past and the present.
Also, in India, things have changed so much. Even talking of my friends, uh, we all grew up in a small town, 100,000 population. But now, most of my friends have moved to Bangalore. So there are at least about 25, 30 of them. And how often they meet in Bangalore?
Yes.
Only when I go there, or another friend of ours who lives in US, he comes to India. So that's the only time they meet.
They
so
meet.
otherwise, like again, Indian cities have grown too much, and it is not so easy to.
Yes, we are forgetting our past.
Whereas
Sometimes
in
I feel
Vietnam, Hanoi, it is still, although it is a big city, but not, you cannot compare with Bangalore or Bombay or Delhi. But still, people don't, think too much about, okay, distance. And that is one of the reasons why Vietnamese are mobile. They are on two-wheeler, so you don't depend on, taxi or
right.
even, from point to point. Motorcycle is the most convenient one. Except when it is raining or very hot. Even if it is very hot, Vietnamese don't mind. They wear the complete
Yes.
A suit that can protect them from the sun.
Protect them from the sun. Yes, yes. You're right. Okay. So, can you please share your initial experience? What surprised you the most here?
The first thing was when I came to Vietnam. Life was very simple, and people. I couldn't see any beggars or something. Although when the year I came, the population, 70% of the population was below poverty level in 1990. But you didn't see any beggars or homeless people anywhere in the city, and everybody was hardworking, and there was not many things to do at that time in Hanoi. So the city would be dead by 9 o'clock in the night. In summertime. And in winter, by 7 o'clock, you won't see many people. But still, people were very, very, industrious, and economy had just started opening. So you could see how people were, trying to set up a new business and open a small shop, selling something. Because until 1986 December, that is the time the Doi Moi policy was introduced.
Okay.
The first few years was more of agricultural reforms, but that was happening more in countryside. In the city, still not many things happening. Practically zero tourists, very limited number of business visitors. So it was very, very, Hanoi was like a big village, not a big city.
Big city.
Yeah.
So I see now Hanoi is a vibrant place. Vietnam is a vibrant place when I visited, and Halong Bay is the most breathtaking tourist destination. But when you visited Hanoi, that was completely different. They are really hardworking. You are right. They were trying hard to improve, and they're chasing after the growth. How they can make it more industrial city, industry, many things. I can see that among the people. If they want to do something, they will stick to that thing. They are really, really
Also, they
consistent.
always work on improving whatever they are, doing. Make improvement, So
Maybe it's small, but yes, every day they are improving.
Exactly, yeah.
Every year, small improvement will make you give you the bigger.
Over a
achievement.
period of time, you will,
You'll
see
get.
that,
You will see, it's really visible.
Exactly.
I can feel that. As a foreigner, how did you cope with the culture? We know every place there is a cultural shock.
Yeah.
So, what was your experience?
in a way, it may be a cultural shock, but coming to Vietnam as a bachelor, yeah, we didn't have lots of expectations. Going to work in a foreign country, that itself is a big a bonus kind of a thing. So culture and all very easy. I was not eating much of meat. Only I had started eating a bit of chicken and fish in Bombay when I was in Bombay. But then coming to Vietnam, in the beginning itself, I started eating pork and beef, and seafood, all kind of seafood. So, and similarly, when you are a bachelor, you don't think too much about what kind of if it is a family, then you need to see whether your wife likes it or children. But for us, Hanoi was like
it's a new place, everything new for you.
And Hanoi was a quiet city. You could do whatever you want. You want to play tennis. We picked up, playing tennis.
Different activities you were engaged.
There's a lot of time. Vietnam, everything starts early and closes early. By 5 o'clock, you are free and you can, pursue whatever sports or other cultural things you want to
happening. Yes, I can sense that. The country is really warm and welcoming. And one more thing I want to mention, the people are really friendly, honest, and generous. And they always try to help, kind. That melted my heart, In spite of having some difficulties, so I started to love them because of their attitude and the kindness. That's really eye-catching. I feel that.
Yeah, definitely. In Vietnam, people generally don't hate anyone, whether it is French or Japanese or Americans. The war with America was the latest one. So, but still, people are. They think, okay, we have won against America, so we don't have to, look down upon them. So, and people to people, they really like Americans. They think, the war, whatever happened, it is all.
So forget about that.
The government, it is more of a political thing. But, people to people, they have always been
nice,
very nice to everybody. They don't have any
grudge,
prejudice on any nationality people.
That's true. What kind of change have you seen in socio-economic growth?
I've seen practically all the changes. Just to give you a few figures, Vietnam's per capita income in 1990 was something like $110. 2023, it was $4,300. And in 1990, practically less than $1 billion worth of goods exported. 2023, they exported close to $400 billion.
My fifth question is to you. What kind of challenges have you confronted and how did you overcome them? On the other hand, what kind of advantages did you get? It's a choice, like which one you will explain to me.
One was language is the biggest barrier. So initial period, all the business discussions was through a translator. So you say 2-3 sentences. But then the Vietnamese would go on, talking for the next, 3-4 minutes. So you start wondering, what is happening?
What's happening? So you can speak Vietnamese, right? A little bit.
I do.
So if I say, "How are you?" What's the Vietnamese of "How are you"?
Anh cô khỏe không?
And I'm happy.
Em cô khỏe không?
Okay.
M is for anybody younger to you. And
Chi means elder than you.
Chi is your age and somebody elder to you, a little bit elder.
And I am happy. What's in Vietnamese?
Tôi rất vui.
Oh, okay, thank you. I have to learn what I don't know. It's only chai, phai, ditang. That's it. Finish. Okay, so on the other hand, what kind of advantages did you get?
Advantages. Vietnam being a very friendly
Open.
country, and also with the market opening up to trade and also investment, there were lots of opportunities. That is the reason why I quit after 2.5 years of working with the Indian company, and the company wanted me to go back to Mumbai office. I decided to leave the job and sort of starting my own business.
Business, yes.
So the reason is I thought, Vietnam, definitely I can, start my own business, and I was confident. That was the advantage, of the country.
Yes.
It provided me an opportunity.
Opportunity, yes.
Yeah.
Safe and easy life. I feel that also. I mean, it helped you to start a business here, right?
Yeah, it was not all that difficult, to start a business at that time.
At the time.
So I took the plunge.
Yes. So if you are visiting Vietnam, definitely you will visit his restaurant. That's in One Kiem area. One is Tandoor, that is 28 years old, that
Right.
restaurant. And second one is the Indian Palace. The food is really delicious. You have to visit. You have to Google it when you are coming to Vietnam, Hanoi, One Kiem, near One Kiem Lake. So don't forget to try the food over there. Number 6, what's your strength for running a business in a foreign land?
I can tell about Vietnam. I don't know about other countries.
Yes.
Because all my business experience has been more in Vietnam than anywhere else. One is, try to understand the local culture, the local business etiquettes of the country. That is the most important thing.
Yes.
And then follow the regulations of the country. Stay out of trouble, the most important thing. And be friendly with the local people, because they are going to be your biggest asset. And treat your employees well.
Respect them.
Respect them and treat them well.
Same like you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So don't think them as an employee. So give them respect. I feel the same. Whenever I go, they want the respect from the other people. Whenever they are giving respect to you, they also want the same, because respect is reciprocal.
Absolutely.
And yes.
Local culture is also very important. And once you understand the local culture, that helps you to navigate through the system.
I mean, the place is a good place to develop your dream. Vietnam, I feel that.
Oh, it is. I've seen so many people coming to Vietnam and work for 3 years or 5 years or 8 or 10 years. They go to another country. I've seen so many of them coming back to Vietnam to do some business, not necessarily come and settle here, but sitting in another country also, do trading with Vietnam.
Yes.
Because Vietnam is like Southeast Asian countries and East Asian countries. It is more of a international trading, countries. The international trade accounts for a big percentage of the economy. Yeah.
Yes. What is one piece of advice you can share with the audience? And what did you learn from this country?
I feel in Vietnam, the gender equality is one of the highest of all the countries that I've seen, and women are ready to do any kind of job. There is no job that women cannot do, and women participate in the. If Vietnam is growing, so fast, it is also because it is not just men; it is equally because of the women. So I'm amazed, how they really balance their family life and work life. The balancing is
You have to, it's an
tremendous.
art.
Yeah,
It's an art you have to learn. If you are really keen to do something, just go ahead. Don't give up and
Exactly,
develop
yeah.
your dream. If you are really keen to do something, definitely you have to balance. You can balance.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
women, gender equality is the most debatable topic these days. But I have seen Vietnamese people, they are ready to, Vietnamese ladies, they are ready to do any kind of things. They don't think it's a job of the person, it's a job of the
Man,
male.
yeah, 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 yeah.
No, I have seen in every place, wherever you need them, they are available.
At the same time, even simple things in life, that doesn't cost too much.
Too much.
And Vietnamese women practice it on a daily basis. Uh, 35, 4 years ago when I came also, they always, appreciated flowers and, fruits. So always, arranging flowers at home,
At home.
office, and, cutting fruits in the office and, distributing to all the
Yes.
staff and things like that. They used to do that 34 years ago, and even now,
Now.
they do it, oh no, our life is very, busy, we don't have time. No, no such thing.
No such thing.
All the time, they're, and they like the flowers so much. In Hanoi, practically, there is no time, except maybe June, July, when it is it's really hot weather. Rest of the time, wherever there are, nice places, they are always taking pictures.
Picture with the flowers,
And,
yes, yes. You are right. After coming in Vietnam, I also started to love the flowers. I used to love flowers, but not that much. What I have started to love here, and how they decorate the house, and whenever they are giving gift to other people, like Women's Day and other days from the birthday, or so they always give flowers, and
Flowers.
they try to find out the joy in simple things.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing we are forgetting, but we have to remember that simple life, happy life.
Absolutely.
I'd like to conclude my conversation today with Mr. Ravi. He has taken out time for me. I'm blessed. I'm really fortunate today to get him for my interview. Back to you next time with a new video next week.
Thank you, Lena.